Good afternoon. Welcome to the Recovering Perfectionist Mama podcast, Grace in Progress. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Buffy. I'm a women's lifestyle creator on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, covering topics such as marriage and parenting, relationships in general, as well as health and wellness, fitness and nutrition, including like cycle syncing, micro gut biome, as well as self-empowerment, self-improvement, mental health, lifestyle hacks, encouragement, and essentially trying to help you level up if that's your goal. I'm a big nerd and I like to learn information that can help make others' lives easier and pass that along to them and help them level up in whatever leveling up means for them. Additionally, I will be releasing a leveling up planner here shortly, so stay tuned for that. So today, and then if you are a returning viewer, again, welcome. Also happy to have you. It means a lot to me that people are viewing the podcast, and essentially I hope that you're getting actionable tips and strategies that are helping you, so you can show your children that living a good life is possible, and they feel that it's possible, and that be part of your and I's legacy. What could be better? So today we're going to talk about the good girl detox. You don't owe anyone your approval. Welcome back to Grace in Progress, the space where recovering perfectionists, people pleasers, and overdoers learn how to breathe, heal, and take up space unapologetically. I'm your host, Buffy, aka Recovering Perfectionist Mama, and today's topic might hit close to home. We're talking about the good girl detox. You don't owe anyone your approval. Let that land. Because for so many of us, especially women, we've been conditioned to be liked before we're allowed to be respected. We've been raised to smooth things over, say yes when we mean no, and call it kindness, when really it's self-abandonment wrapped in politeness. So today, we're doing the detox, not of your body, but of your boundaries. We're breaking free from people-pleasing and learning how to reclaim our self-worth without apology. The good girl programming. Let's start where it began. The good girl script starts early. We're told to be helpful, not to rock the boat, to be agreeable, and my least favorite of all, to be nice. And on the surface, that doesn't sound harmful, but here's the problem. It trains you to equate acceptance with approval. So you start asking questions like, will they like me if I say no? What if they think I'm difficult? How can I fix this so everyone's happy? And over time, your nervous system learns that peace comes from pleasing, not from authenticity. You begin performing, not living. And every time you betray your truth for someone else's comfort, your self-worth takes a hit. Reality check. Being nice doesn't make you good. Being true does. The cost of being the good girl. Let's talk about what this mindset actually costs. Because for every action, there is a cost. 1, emotional burnout. You say yes out of guilt, then resent it later. 2, identity loss. You forget what you want because your decisions revolve around keeping everyone else happy. 3, boundary collapse. You teach people to expect more than you can give and punish yourself for needing rest. 4, chronic self-doubt. You outsource your worth to other people's opinions. Here's the truth. You can't build self-trust if you're constantly betraying yourself. You can't create peace if you're addicted to keeping everyone else comfortable. Mini moment of reflection here. Ask yourself, where in my life am I still performing approval instead of practicing authenticity? Understanding the people-pleasing loop. Here's what's wild. People-pleasing isn't kindness, it's control in disguise. It's an unconscious strategy to avoid rejection or conflict. We think if I make everyone happy, I'll be safe. But safety built on self-abandonment is an illusion. The loop looks like this. You anticipate a need before it's voiced. You meet that need, even at your own expense. You feel resentful, unseen, or drained. You overcompensate again to avoid guilt. Sound familiar? The antidote isn't to stop caring. It's to stop caring. It's to start caring about yourself too, because you also matter. You need someone to care for you. You're going to bleed yourself dry and then wonder why you don't have energy. And I would often bet that a lot of the people that you're doing those things for, do they appreciate them? Who knows? Do they ever say thank you? Have you asked yourself some of these questions? If they actually appreciate you and value you for who you are, rather than what you do for them and the accommodations you make for them? Because I've looked at this recently and I've realized that a lot of the things that I do, I feel like go unnoticed at times. And not that I need, applause or anything like that, but a simple thank you would be nice. Because I, as a person, try to show gratitude to others, especially when people go out of their way for me in some way. Or when even if someone does a small thing for me. I think small gestures also deserve a thank you. It's not like, oh, let me weigh your deed. Oh, wait, it's kind of under the thank you threshold. No, we should always be saying thank you to people. We need to realize that if someone does something nice for us, they didn't have to do that. But I think a lot of people, especially with people like us who give naturally, they often come to expect it and then want more and more and more and more. Case in point, I had a relative who I had actually done something for, trying to help them get a judgment. And it was like, okay, well, I'm struggling with this issue financially. And if I had had that judgment from that person, okay, well, you know what? You sat on this for a long time. This had nothing to do with me. So don't put everything on my shoulders. Don't come over when you need something and when you need something only, but don't expect to have to, or don't even try or offer to try to help someone else or help me in some way. The detox, breaking free. Let's talk about the actual detox process. How to start unlearning the good girl conditioning and replacing it with grounded self-worth. Step 1 is awareness. Notice your automatic yes. Before you agree to anything, pause and ask, am I doing this out of love or out of fear? If it's fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of guilt, that's your signal to pause, breathe, and realign. Micro boundaries. Start with small no's. No, I can't do that right now. No, let me get back to you. That doesn't work for me. You don't have to explain, justify, or over-apologize. Boundaries are a complete sentence. Inner validation. When the discomfort hits, and we know it will, don't we? Remind yourself, I'm not responsible for managing someone else's disappointment. Your job isn't to be agreeable, it's to be authentic. 4, rewire your reward system. Every time you honor a boundary, celebrate it. Your brain learns through repetition or reward alignment, not approval. Write it down, speak it out loud, anchor that new identity. Step 5, replace good girl with whole woman. You don't need to be the good one. You need to be the real one. Whole women can be kind and assertive, soft and strong, loving and firm. Reclaiming self-worth. Self-worth isn't earned, it's remembered. You don't need someone's permission to trust yourself. You don't need to prove your goodness to be worthy of peace. You already are enough. Your job is to live like it. 3 practices to reclaim your self-worth. Mirror talk. Each morning say, I am not here to be liked. I am here to be real. 2, worth list. Write 5 things that make you proud that have nothing to do with performance. 5. Energy audit. At the end of the day, ask, did I live in alignment with my truth or someone else's expectations? Because none of us should be held hostage to somebody else's expectations. We should only be held to our own expectations of what we should be doing. This is not a collaborative effort. Integration and empowerment. Detoxing from good girl conditioning isn't about becoming harsh. It's about becoming whole. You're not rejecting kindness, you're claiming boundaries. You're reclaiming boundaries. You're not abandoning love, you're choosing mutual respect. Integration challenge. This week, practice saying no once, clearly, kindly, and confidently. And do not, if you do anything, do not over-explain. Then write down how it made you feel to honor your truth. That's the moment your detox begins, not in resistance, but in release. So in closing, you don't owe anyone your approval. You don't owe anyone your constant yes. You owe yourself peace, authenticity, and respect. So here's your reminder, friend. Being a good girl might make others comfortable, but being you, honest, raw, and real, that's what makes you powerful. Thank you for tuning in to Recovering Perfectionist Mama Grace in Progress. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to me. And if this episode spoke to you, share it with another recovering good girl who's ready to find her voice again. Until next time, choose peace over performance. And remember, your worth was never up for negotiation. Finally, a call to action. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it to your story, and tag at recovering_perfectionist_mama with one way you're choosing authenticity over approval this week. Then write this affirmation in your planner. I don't owe anyone my approval. My peace is my power. Until next time, again, thank you for joining and tuning in, and know that you are appreciated, and I'm always rooting for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.